This video is sponsored by FaunaLux.
When researching exotic pet care, you might stumble across people like me, who strive to provide the most naturalistic setup possible. Naturalistic setups and replicating the great outdoors are known to improve overall animal welfare and allow your pets to show wildlike behaviours. A lot of things go into replicating the wild, like different substrate types, microclimates, providing lots of different textures, but the most important one being lighting. And that's why I'm excited to introduce this state-of-the-art lamp that is going to change exotic animal lighting as we know it. This is the FaunaLux TrueChroma Spot LED lamp. This uses reptile vision technology to enhance the way that our pets see their captive environment. So let's get into the nitty-gritty of UVA1 and visible light and why you should be adding it to your setups. Past decade, reptile and amphibian lighting recommendations have changed drastically, and new science and research about what we should be providing comes out constantly. It can feel overwhelming, especially for a new reptile keeper. So I'm going to try and break down the spectrum of natural sunlight as simply as possible to hopefully help you understand why we recommend the types of lights and heat sources that we do. In this diagram, we have our UVB, UVA2, followed by UVA1, visible light, and then infrared A. UVB and UVA2 are crucial for vitamin D synthesis and regulation. It's so important to provide a high quality UVB lamp that emits UVB and UVA2, especially for our sun-loving species like our bearded dragon. It helps prevent issues like metabolic bone disease, and we commonly pair our UVB units with infrared A. Infrared A helps aid digestion, egg absorption, and thermoregulation, and we get infrared A from our halogen basking bulbs and incandescent bulbs too. But if we are only providing a UVB unit and an incandescent bulb, then that means we actually aren't as close as we thought to replicating the natural sun spectrum. We are missing out a huge chunk of what makes up natural sunlight. Even if we add those supposed special LEDs that are often marketed for reptiles, our animals are still actually missing out. This is where FaunaLux steps in. Not only was there a gap in our captive lighting spectrum, but there was a gap in the market too. We can finally provide our animals with UVA1 and true white visible light. But what is UVA1? And what does it actually do? UVA influences behavior and communication between animals. UVA can be used in mate selection, dominance displays, species recognition, picking up breeding readiness cues, navigating their environment, and even scaring off predators. And removing UVA1 actually disrupts all of these vital social signals. The absence of UVA1 can look like reduced activity, depressed appetite, poor breeding behaviors, or even showing signs of stress. Because the majority of us haven't been providing UVA1, what we think is normal behavior could actually be seen as reduced activity or a depressed appetite. And we wouldn't even know it until providing this special UVA1 is seen as standard. So we have spoke about UVA1 and that missing part of the spectrum, but what about visible light? Aren't any white LED lamps going to provide visible light? Well, first, let's have a look at how our eyes work. When it comes to viewing light and color, our eyes use cones. Us humans have 3 cones. A red cone, a blue cone, and a green cone. And when all of these cones are stimulated, we see what we think is white. But what we see as white, reptiles actually see as orange. That's because 85% of reptiles have an extra UVA cone that isn't being stimulated by the current LED lamps on the market. And there's another problem. Most animal lamps that are advertised as UVA or Reptile LED lamps usually produce minuscule levels of UVA2 and IRA, or they are rebranded plant grow lights that use 90s technology. Normal LED plant lights are not going to stimulate that UVA cone inside of the reptile's eye, meaning that they see that orange tinge. But now you can say goodbye to these misleading selling points, because FaunaLux's TrueChroma LED lamp is the first in the world to provide UVA1 and visible light from a single chip. The FaunaLux team have worked so hard on these lamps and put animal welfare first. And now your animal can finally experience the true benefits of UVA1 and visible light. Now these lamps are truly changing the game, but it's obvious that people are going to have questions. New technology comes with new questions, and people have things that they want to know before they spend their money on this lamp. So let's go through some commonly asked questions about the TrueChroma lamp to clear up any misconceptions. Number 1. Can I provide this lamp to albino animals? Yes, you can, but a bit like your T5 UVB units, you will most likely want to go for a lower percentage in that case, or in this case, a lower wattage. And you may want to lower the wattage even more if you have a particularly light sensitive animal. Question number 2, does this lamp replace UVB or infrared A? No, this lamp is an additive to your enclosure. So what FaunaLux are doing is they are actually filling the gap in the sunlight spectrum in our captive environments. So now you can provide UVB, UVA2, UVA1 visible light and infrared A. Not just one or the other or this or that. You can try and replicate the sun as best as possible. And question number 3 is, does this need a ballast? No, this lamp is plug and play, so it is incredibly easy to set up, unlike the metal halide lamps already on the market. In fact, this is how you set up your TrueChroma lamp. The TrueChroma lamp comes in 20 watt, 30 watt and 35 watt. Choose accordingly depending on your species and size of the enclosure. Here we have the 35 watt lamp that I'm going to put in my corn snake enclosure. Inside of the box, you get a wooden card which gives you your batch number, and then you have your lamp. And this lamp truly feels high quality. You are getting what you are paying for. Look at that sleek design. And then you also get your instructions as well. You should always read these before installing your lamp. Now let's pop it inside of the enclosure. You simply screw it into your ceramic lamp holder. You may wish to use a lamp guard if you're fitting this inside of an enclosure, especially if you're using it with arboreal species or snakes that love to climb on their fixtures. And ta-da! All done. It's honestly as simple as that. If you want to take your exotic animal welfare to the next level, then pre-order your FaunaLux TrueChroma spot lamp today. You can do so by using the link in the description, and if you would like 10% off, then you can use my code ElliesExotics10. If you pre-order before the 15th of June, then you will actually get a further 10% off on top of that. These lamps are truly going to change exotic animal care as we know it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Are you going to be picking one up? What species are you going to be using them for? I would love to know. And before I go, I do want to make you aware that I was paid to promote these bulbs, but I promise you I wouldn't promote anything that I do not truly stand behind. I wouldn't put your animals at risk for the sake of a sponsored video. These bulbs truly are something that I am passionate about, that the FaunaLux team are passionate about, and that I hope you can become passionate about as well. They are amazing. So I will see you all later. Bye bye.